Hello, peachlings. That's suggested by one of my mods. Don't get mad at me. Doesn't matter. Anyway, what the heck am I doing? I'm voicing a video. You're probably sitting there. You're thinking, this ain't Isaac. This ain't words on a screen. What's happening? I'm going to talk about something that I really love, that I'm super passionate about and love talking about, which is manga paneling. Nobody expected this video, but it's fine. Nobody asked for it. I'm delivering. Shut up. Okay, so why the heck am I bothering to make a video about manga paneling? That's the question on everybody's mind, right? So for those people who aren't aware, manga is comics but Japanese. And so of course, being comics, they rely on panel layout to convey the story. And the way that these panels are done is very, very interesting, and there's a lot that you can accomplish by using different sorts of panel layouts. I just love analyzing, I love literature, I love art. It's the perfect thing for me to get into. So today, I want to talk about one singular page from a series I love called Jujutsu Kaisen. This is a scene from partway through the series, so like spoilers and stuff. I'm gonna approach this from the perspective of someone who's not familiar with the context of the scene. But just like, I'll talk a little bit about the context later, so spoilers for that. And if you're worried about like, will this be my new content? No, it's just a thing I'm gonna do every once in a while. Calm down, it's not a big deal. It's just something that I really love, and I really wanted to talk about it, and so here I am. So let's go. And here's the scene in question. At first glance, it's pretty barren. There's not much going on here, right? There's one dude, there's another dude, there's like this abstract light rays background, and then of course, we have the panel split. Why is this interesting? There's a couple reasons. Coming from the perspective of someone who doesn't know anything about this series, who are these dudes, right? We don't know. This guy looks evil, this guy also kind of looks evil, but we can figure some stuff out with reasoning. This guy here, he's clearly like shooting something or throwing something, and this guy over here is clearly getting hit by that thing, right? And now here's the interesting part. Normally, in a traditional panel structure, it would be something like this, with the guy on the right being his own panel, then the guy on the left getting hit being his own panel. However, what's being done here is they're actually the same panel, and then there's like this artificial split right here going diagonally that separates the two of them, and it also separates the entire scene. Now, even without knowing anything about the series, we can deduce that this is a pretty impactful moment. You can really feel the hit. You can feel like the motion going on. This guy looks really surprised. Something called purple is happening, presumably. But the really cool thing is, this guy on the left, he's behind the panel break line, and this guy on the right is in front of it. So just by that tiny little detail, you can tell that this guy's probably more powerful than this guy, because he literally overrides the boundary that's being set by the author. We can make the inference that he is somewhat immune to whatever purple is, while the guy behind the panel line is completely susceptible to it. And again, this is with no context of the scene. This is just from the panel layout alone. Now, if we think a little harder, we can think, okay, this is like a classic anime battle situation. Clearly they're fighting, clearly there's like some conflict going on. Purple, maybe it's like the name of a technique or an attack or something. And the interesting thing about that is, if we look at a subsequent scene, we can actually see that this circle that says purple in it is the area of the attack that this guy's being hit with. And so through the panel layout, we're seeing exactly what's happening to this guy, exactly how he's getting attacked. And we're gaining information, and we're splitting the scene all at the same time. To take it a step further, we can tell that this is a very life or death situation because this panel line here literally splits this guy in half. We can also see that these background lines, which seem to originate from this guy with the white hair, extend beyond this panel boundary So from that we can understand that this guy who's sending this attack is incredibly strong, and it's all revolving around him, even though there's this panel split made by the author, his powers and his influence go beyond that. So this is also the author telling us this guy is so strong, even the author themselves cannot restrain his power. So hopefully people can understand why I find this interesting. There's so much information you can extract just from this tiny little detail of how this scene is cut. All of the details add up to give us a sense of this guy's strength and the sheer domination he has in this fight between these two characters. So this was a little bit of a weird video, right? It's not the type of thing I've done before, and honestly I'm not sure if I want to do more. Voicing these is a little bit of a pain. But I probably will do more in the future. So if people like it, I don't know, leave a comment or something. If you don't, also leave a comment, why not? And I'll probably get back to doing Isaac content in like, I don't know, like a couple days or something. We'll see what happens. Farewell for now, young peachlings. I still hate that. Goodbye.